It's a trap, you walked right into the hate. All over a new king that's face is just replaced. It's all the same, you still be ruled by force. And no matter who it is, they'll still carry on the torch. Just a lie, cheat, steal, half of what you make. Taxation is steps, it's time to vacate the state. Newsflash, all your cash is an IOU. From killers who really do steal from you. Inflation is a weapon used by every nation who says that they're saving the world through lies. That they disguise and pass off as bravery. Well, I got news, debt is slavery. It don't matter who's madder, a new master don't matter. When they both want the same, the state don't play no games. They got you trying to survive and put you on sides and ready to kill each other. That's conquer and divide. It's all for show, or for hyper control.
Fucking, we're living inside of a brainwashing machine, boy.
And we're back with another episode of Buzz and Tuds. We're here with you on this Tuesday night to give you everything you want to hear and more.
Back again.
Always, like every week.
Everybody keeps messaging us. I don't know if you saw it on the Instagram. Like, I can't wear. You're the only sanity that I get. I'm so tired of this bipartisan bullshit.
Trust me, fellas out there, fellas and ladies, I should say.
And lady fellas.
There is a fuckload of flies in here, and I'm just now noticing it. Sorry, you can take that out.
Why are there so many flies?
Man, listen, they're all over the garage for some reason. I got some of that tape. I'm going to put that tape up.
I think it's a dead body that I hid in
They're
there.
all over the motherfucker. Anyways, no, we filter out all the, trust me, we go through it.
Sometimes it's hard.
Every week.
Other times it's easy.
Every week. And then, I'm glad that you come to us for your sanity, because I think this is probably the only time you'll hear me talking in a normal conversational way.
Heal me, you cunt.
Yeah, because the rest of the week I'm a rageaholic, so.
It's fine.
It's what it is.
As long as you don't get too angry and pop a... you've only got so much pressure that your arteries can handle.
Oh, yeah.
Those high pressure boys.
I hurt my hand earlier, so.
How'd you do that?
Oh, my desk is really hard.
What did your desk do to you?
My desk didn't do nothing. It just so happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Man. Shout out to deep breathing. Present moments.
So now I'm angry just thinking about it. But now, we're here. Shit keeps happening. Before we get started, though, I'd say we go ahead and get our laundry out of the way.
Yeah, we got that digital artist boy, JNY5 Internet Studios.
He does our artwork for the show.
Check out the website. Check out the Instagram. Check out his work. Buy his work.
He does a really good job.
Oh, I forgot the other one too. 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
He created a new page and he wanted us to promote it. We just started and I'm sweaty. I'm gonna cut that out. People don't like hearing us bitch, but you get it. Where are you at, bitch?
They must have came in here after I genocided a whole 2 or 3 generations of them in the garage earlier.
He killed our parents. It is time to seek their revenge. So, JNY5 Internet Studios has a new off-branch page that I would ask for all of you to go follow. He offers $5 nicknames in the art, $25 avatars, DM for details. All sales are final. All titles are eternal. Cashapp./money sign Mr. Nameboy. And his Instagram is Mr. Nameboy. Check him out. Like his work, buy his work. Everybody wins.
I love it. Every week when we get the new artwork, I get excited.
Let him know that we sent you in the customary way. You just go to your kitchen and lift up the milk in the refrigerator and whisper, Bones and Tubs sent us.
It's like a special little Christmas present I get every week.
Yeah.
It's
real nice.
I guess we gotta thank Blood the Brave.
Yeah, we can't forget about our musical genius, Blood the Brave.
Puts that music out there so we can use it for the show.
He's on Bandcamp, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Yeah.
Blood the Brave, a.k.a. Kyle Reese.
Was there any messages anybody wanted to send out to us this week?
Well, I just sent a shirt out, Mr. Watkins.
Mm-hmm.
Sent your shirt. It's in the mail. It will be in the mail tomorrow, I should say.
Ooh.
For that iTunes review.
Nice.
Very positive review.
Thank
5
you.
stars, the ones we love.
Yeah.
I had some messages. Honestly, this week's been so shitty. I haven't read all of them yet.
Yeah.
They're all saved to be read, but
Mm-hmm.
give us some time.
Yeah.
Between overtime and, other stuff.
Yeah, the Factory of Sadness demands blood payment.
Yeah, soul blood.
Yeah.
Not regular blood.
The most vital of bloods,
What about old boy today? You see the FBI raided Ohio House Speaker's farm? Arrested him on some pretty fucking large theft charges?
Yeah, I heard of. Yeah, they got rolled up in all that fucking shit, and I guess the governor's involved too.
Yeah. Did you see what El Presidente said?
No, what did he say?
He posted a thing earlier, so I can find it. Mr. Governor Mike DeWine said, "I am deeply concerned about the allegations of wrongdoing issued today by the U.S. Attorney's Office. Every American has the presumption of innocence until proven guilty. Because of the nature of these charges, it will be impossible for Speaker Householder to effectively lead the Ohio House of Representatives. Therefore, I am calling on Speaker Householder to resign immediately. This is a sad day for Ohio." And he, just me at Dieter's 40, whoever that is, he wrote, "I agree, and since you, Governor, have been named in the affidavit, you too should resign. It was a pleasure serving under your rule."
Yeah. Huh.
The House of Cards. The House of Cards comes falling down.
Man, right in the middle of COVID, too.
How will we ever survive without Wine with the Wine?
Oh, my God.
And his bitch-ass wife and her fucking kids finger painting.
Yeah.
How else are we to survive this pandemic?
I don't know.
We need Gavin Newsom. That's who we need.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you see he's shutting gyms down and bars and all that again?
Well, isn't that nice?
Yeah. Wave 2, what is it, second wave?
I'll tell you, if there's one place I don't want to live right now, that'd definitely be Portland.
Yeah.
I hear they're about to do the same thing in Chicago, too. So if you guys aren't hip, now, we had this conversation the other day because I just had to, it's like playing mental handball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You try to work your way through moral dilemmas and how you should feel about something. I mean, for those of you that know, or for those of you that don't know, unmarked, as in you can't identify them, dressed in military garb individuals from apparently the Department of Homeland Security have been rounding people up, I guess Antifa rioter types.
Randos or people that they've got on a hit list?
Well, during these riots, they're just grabbing people.
Man, Chicago's off the chain.
They're just grabbing people and put them in unmarked vans and they're disappearing.
Black bag, as it were.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people out there, especially in the boog and libertarian community, who are like,
wait a minute.
Here's the thing. It's kind of a split.
Yeah.
Half of them are like, you know what? Fuck these dudes. For real.
Yeah, fuck them. But
that's the problem, is that, and you raised the point, and I knew it before that because I had been working this in my head and not being able to figure it out. And that's the whole thing with, that old poem. First they came for the communists, but I wasn't a communist, so I didn't say anything.
Said nothing.
So it's a slippery slope.
Keeps going, and then they came for me, and there was no one for me.
Of course they would take the people who are burning down cities and destroying property.
The people that they paid. Yeah,
they take them first, right? It would make sense that they take them first, and people would be happy about it. And that's the problem, is that, here's the thing, and this is where the more dilemma comes in, because it's like, first of all, if the shoe was on the other foot and these fuckers that they're rounding up were in charge,
yeah,
they would be rounding us up
for sure.
There's no doubt in my mind that these Antifa types, these communists, if you will, wouldn't be fucking our eyeballs out if they had the chance.
As hard as they could.
As hard as they could. They say, I think there's an old communist saying where they say, the last man last man will hang is the man that sold us the rope, or the last capitalist will hang is the one who sold us the rope.
Jesus.
Okay, so it's such a thing, because it's like you realize, and that's the thing. Like, these motherfuckers have been calling us every ism in the book for the last fucking 5 years,
right?
And calling it just absolutely just being hyperbolous as fuck with it. And it's like a part of me is kind of fucking take them, right? But then there's the part of me that's
what they want, though.
Yeah, they want me to think that.
They want me to think that. This is everything that's going on today, from coronavirus to killer bees to fucking this shit with the roundups at Portland. It's all pre-planned.
But who's to say?
They know how we're going to react.
But that's the problem, though. It makes me think of today's, say if the book boys and everybody got together and helped these motherfuckers out, today's ally is tomorrow's enemy.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Because what happens if they do take control? And at first, we're not the first ones they take. They'll take the ones, that obviously we would be cool with them taking. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then they eventually come for us.
I feel like it's at least engineered to appear as a no-win scenario.
Because we don't fit in their worldview.
Right.
Right? But at the same time, in the world we live in now...
Saving a communist from the black bag gather up is much like the adage of a turtle that took a scorpion across the river.
Yeah.
And he stings him. He's like, I was a scorpion, bro. Played yourself.
But at the same time, like, if you want my personal opinion on everybody, if you live in the Portland or in that area, and you're in the like-minded of the book or the libertarian like-minded, you should be with them stopping this shit. Yeah. That's one man's opinion. Even though you are completely on the other side of the political spectrum from them, apprehending people and black bagging them is not fucking cool.
Tell them the story about that Navy guy.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I still haven't seen that yet.
Okay. But I thought I showed it to you earlier. So there was a video of these assholes, like...
It's on TikTok or Facebook?
It's everywhere.
Okay.
Like, there's this ex-Navy vet. He's at the demonstrations, like, demonstrating with these people who are protesting and rioting against police brutality and all that.
Yeah. And
this one motherfucker thinks he's hard. I guess he thought he was the hardest motherfucker on the block.
Was he right or wrong?
He was dead wrong.
Oh, okay.
Because here's and this is the fucked up part, is this dude probably could have fucking ripped his fucking head off, right?
Yeah.
But he didn't. This fucking black bagging fucking military garbs piece of shit starts fucking whapping this dude hard. Well, it looks like he's going hard as fuck, hitting him in the arm with his with his baton.
Was it an asp?
It was an asp.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just whipping the fuck out of him, right? And dude's just like it's not even phasing him.
That's hard.
He's just standing there, and this is like a 50-something-year-old Navy vet.
Should have break your bones.
Yeah, and he's just whapping the shit out of him, and dude's just standing there. And like when he realizes that, oh shit,
like bitch,
this isn't working.
Yeah,
he fucking blasts him in the face with a can of OC pepper spray, like a big, one of the cans, like the fogger.
Yeah,
hits him with that, and then that's when he finally turns around, and as he turns around, he flips them all off.
Suck my dick,
like
bitch.
Fuck y'all. All right, you got me.
Down.
But and that's the thing. Like I said before, I side with, even if because that's the thing, they want us to cheer on them rounding up Antifa and communists. They want us cheering that on because, but I will say this is what I'll say for all you libs and fucking commies and all you fuckers that are like, why aren't the bugs and the libs helping us? You guys are a bunch of pussies. Well, here's what I'm going to say.
Actually asking for help?
They are. Well, they're like, where are you guys at now? You guys who are against all this government oversight now, where are you at? Okay, but this is what I will say to that. Even though I think I believe we should be helping, this is what I will say. Because I say go help, and this is a local issue. So if you live in that area, this is your problem, not mine, first of all. Second of all, the question I would posit to all of you fuckers is, where were you during Waco?
Yeah.
Where were you during Ruby Ridge?
Where were you? What were you doing?
Where were you? I know where you were when the Bundys were fighting the BLM.
Were they in college?
They were sending them these motherfuckers that were being fucking starved out. We're getting sent fucking dildos from motherfuckers.
We talked about that too.
Making fun of them
back when it happened.
Okay, now the shoe's on the other fucking foot, and you're crying for help.
Yeah, you want our help, but you wanted to send us sex toys as aid.
So what I could say to that, honestly, like I say help them, but that's it.
You know what we
fuck
should
you
do?
all anyways. I wouldn't fucking give you the clothes off my back. I wouldn't piss in your mouth if you were dying of thirst.
But you want people to help them? I'm confused.
But this is what I will say. If there's one thing I hate more than them,
it's the government.
It's the government.
I preach that.
That's it. That's the only reason I say help.
Well,
because otherwise, because you understand, this is like, it's hard for me. I hate these motherfuckers. I really fucking do. I hate them because they diminish the motherfuckers who are writing and shit. Diminish the actual people who are trying to get police reform pushed through, right? Because it's getting overclouded with because the thing is, they're riding the coattails of a movement that involves police brutality and using Marxists, because that's what Marxists do. Right. They ride the wave of social reform to push their own policies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ride the wave.
And that's exactly what you've done. You've taken advantage of a situation. You've used your fucking bullying, brown shirt tactics, cancer culture, all that nonsense. To be frank, I'm not surprised people don't want to help you. Yeah. You've only done this to yourself.
We should be the bigger man, though.
And that's what I'm saying.
But we should send them, instead of dildos, we should send them test boosters. Because they've been eating too many Impossible Burgers. Yeah. They get that test up.
Be like a nano boost.
Yeah.
You know?
Like Not a sponsor, but that Vitality, that what's it called? Alex Jones. Super Male Vitality.
Alpha Brain?
Alpha Brain too, yeah. Get your fucking thoughts up, bitch.
Yeah.
Get your brain working. Fucking pinko.
It's one of those things like, it's one of those things where I would like to, like, I will beat off, and let me can I rephrase that?
No, you can't. I think that needs to stay.
I will defend you against.
I will beat off all of your competition.
I will defend you against the overreaching arm of the law and the government, right?
Yeah.
I will help you with that. But I won't help you I will not help you up off the ground, bitch.
No, get up.
In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fucking lift you up off the ground, and then halfway through, I'm going to let go again so you can fall on your ass again.
You're stupid.
That's how much I hate you.
Get up.
But I don't hate you as much as I hate them.
Pick yourself up by your bootstraps.
I guess that's about as good as I could get to that approach. Like, I can't even, like... But that's the problem is we all have to understand, fuck what they're doing in Portland. Fuck what they're about to do in Chicago, because that's their next target.
Yeah. Chicago's off the chain tonight. They're talking about a fucking funeral gang violence. That's all over the Dispatcher app.
Well, I'm not going to touch that because that's...
What is it?
No, that's not part of... Listen, that's part of their community. As far as I'm concerned...
I get it. It's a local issue.
That's a local issue. I have nothing to do with that. Okay?
We've already shown how we respond to local issues.
Yeah.
We show up armed.
Yeah.
With a camera.
Yeah.
And we're ready for whatever happens.
Yeah.
That's how everybody should be.
Yeah. Because, and I've said it once, I'll say it again, I've said it on the show, that the most effective form of government is the community.
Yeah. Geese.
Yeah.
Anarchy.
So, like, we're talking...
Anarchy. Whatever
the town I live in, so when the fucking federales and the fucking blackbaggers come to fucking my neck of the woods...
Good luck, faggot.
I'm going to book.
Yeah. I might even go as far as to go to a neighboring community.
Yeah.
If I find out that they're fucking around in Dayton, I might make a guest appearance.
Yeah. But, I mean, Portland...
Nah, that's not local.
I got family. I got shit to take care of.
Yeah, I don't have
But
time.
y'all motherfuckers who are book boys and about that life out in Oregon, y'all should be in Portland helping these motherfuckers.
Dumb question. Is that Pacific Northwest?
Yes.
So, theoretically, those racist boys over in the Pacific Northwest front, they should be helping, right?
Well, Northwest Front's got their own agenda.
No, well, that's true. But I mean, if they were to, if one of them were to listen, I'm sure one of them has to the Bones and Tubs podcast, they would clearly try to rally.
I don't know quite where the Northwest Front stands on their position on law enforcement and the authority.
Oh, I'm absolutely sure they hate it.
Well, then they should be helping then.
Yeah, they should.
Regardless of political affiliations at the time.
That's the one thing I hate about racist movements. You get so tied up in bullshit ideologies.
Yeah.
About fucking skin pigment that you're willing to let tyranny reign.
We sweat. The problem is most people, they sweat the left and right too much when in reality it's about the up and down.
North and south.
It's the north and south.
Check out that spectrum.
Yeah, because the thing
called?
is, that's what...
Political access?
Yeah, because the thing is, like, you look at, like, say, like, the two main candidates for president. You look at Trump and Biden. In the grand scheme of things...
They're both on the pedophile side, but which side do they lie on?
They're both on the same side. That's the thing.
Right.
They're both on the same... They're in the same quadrant. Okay, so they're not that different from each other.
No.
The majority of our politicians are in that same right...
Just idpol issues.
Upper right quadrant.
Yeah.
Right? Like, only a few are even close. Like, Bernie's, like, almost, like... I think he might just be on the other side of the left side and closer to libertarianism.
Bernie's no one. He'll never be elected.
He's an unperson now.
I hope he dies before the next election.
But he's a sellout.
Yes. He's
that
a
backed
double,
him,
at least a double sellout.
Any that backed him, I feel bad for people that backed him. They should be angry.
You played yourself. You played yourself. Anybody that...
I mean, he did it once. Why was anybody surprised he was going to do it again?
I'm going to make a bold statement, but anybody that backs a political candidate other than Ron Paul, you played yourself.
Well, I like Joe.
Biden?
No. God, Jesus wept. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I like JoJo.
Jorgensen.
I've talked to a few people who are on the Joe Jorgensen bandwagon.
Yeah, when I saw that political ad that she's like, Biden's a pedophile. Trump is an alleged pedophile. I'm not a pedophile.
Yeah.
That's a thing I can get behind.
Well, think of all the things, like, I'm not trying to, like, I don't like doing endorsements, but think of all the things she checks off. She's a college professor.
Okay.
Right? So she's PhD.
She's learned.
She is learned. Okay. So she's a doctor.
Yeah.
She has a doctorate.
Okay.
Okay. She's owned and operated a successful business. Okay.
Business owner.
She's been running in the libertarian circles since the 90s. She was a vice presidential candidate the last time. Okay. Her vice presidential candidate, Spike Cohen, studied under the tutelage of Ermin Supreme.
Oh, my God. Who, quick sidebar, is about to be a guest.
Yeah.
On the podcast.
Which I'm really excited about.
I'm fucking pumped about it.
So you have all these things. And then the cherry on top of this, Joe Jorgensen Sunday.
The Cherry Holmes on top of it?
She is not a pedophile.
Oh, my God. You're saying she doesn't have sex with children?
She has zero, get this, are we ready for it?
Yeah. Wait, hit me.
Zero sexual allegations.
Oh, my God. Are you saying that she never sat in a hot tub with children while they petted her legs and watched the hair curl?
And she never demanded that someone put on gloves before they touch her clitoris.
So, you have to wear a glove if you're going to touch Miss JoJo's clitoris.
She's never had those things done to her. Now, here's what I will say about the Green Party candidate, because we talked about him too, Howie Hawkins.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't vote for him because I'm not a collectivist or a socialist by any means.
Of course not.
But I will say, when it comes to track records, of the 4 candidates, half of them have sexual allegations against them.
Yeah.
The other half have been working their asses off their entire lives. Howie Hawkins worked as I think he worked as a UPS driver for years. He retired from UPS.
Okay.
Right. And has been a political activist his entire life. Right. Working in unions and labor work and all that shit. Okay. So if anybody's going to be like a Green Party socialist,
he's at least about that.
That life. Dude has the credentials to back that shit.
Unlike that piece of shit, Bernie, who talks about socialism, but really just, never had a job and only sucked off of his community via tax money, and then took 2 buyouts from rivals.
From pedophiles.
Yeah. From pedophiles, yeah. You took money from pedophiles. Yeah.
Both times.
So he's a pedophile sympathizer. He's probably a pedophile.
Two times over.
Can we say maybe he's allegedly a pedophile?
I wouldn't. Nah. See, now with Bernie, I wouldn't say that. He's just a coward.
You don't think he was ever at one of those parties that like Ghislaine Maxwell hosted?
See, I feel like he's too much of a nerd for that. I'm not saying that they're not bad.
I suppose I will have my penis sucked by a 13-year-old boy.
I don't see Bernie Sanders doing that.
Okay. Well.
I mean, I'm sorry. Color me crazy. But here's the thing about the whole...
Now, if you didn't know who he was, okay, and you saw his old creepy ass walking through Kroger parking lot and you had your kid, you're not going to pull him a little closer to you?
What do you mean, like Bernie?
Yeah, man. You seen that face where he's like...
I mean, if he was just wearing a suit, I wouldn't really worry about it. But that's just like, that's social shit.
Yeah.
But if he was wearing like a t-shirt and some sweats.
Like a Red Sox hoodie.
Yeah, I'd be a little nervous.
And that dude's got his hand on his dick. He's going to touch my son.
He cut the pocket out of that fucking pair a long
You're goddamn
time
right.
ago.
Yeah. He's going to jerk off that soft flaccid dick too. He shoots pool with a rope.
I don't know why I'm not catching that vibe from him. It goes with the whole premise. Like, I feel like the elites are divided just like how we talk about Freemasons.
Yeah.
There's porch Masons and there's ones on the end.
Yeah.
Okay. And that goes for Hollywood too. Like, I feel like when you get to that level where they're at, you get like someone kind of throws something. They're not deliberate. And they don't, like if I had to assume, it's something very subtle, but it's the way, it's like the path in to see if you're one of those that's gonna be in the in or you're gonna be on the out.
Right.
But they have to have ones on the out that are successful, right?
Yeah, for sure.
They can't let them
to give them legitimacy.
To make it seem like, let me think of one. Ryan Reynolds, right?
Yeah, okay.
Everybody loves Ryan Reynolds. I've never heard anything about him fucking around with Epstein. He's a husband, he has a wife, they have kids. They're very happily married people, right? He's a very charismatic, funny guy. Never heard anything about him. Probably a front porch dude.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the front porch people, I'm not saying that they all know, but they all got to know something. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, yeah. I mean,
they had to have seen things, and because they don't want to jeopardize their career, their money, and possibly, I mean, fuck, look what they do to people. They fucking make them kill themselves.
Yeah.
They lose their lives too. So they just they stay quiet. I mean, honestly, think about it. As a family man yourself, if you knew something that could quite possibly get you and your family killed.
Like the judge for Epstein?
Yes.
And the FedEx driver shoots your husband thinking it's you, and then your son gets killed?
Yes.
And then the FedEx driver who was the assassin, quote, killed himself?
Listen, 1,000 years from now, historians are going to have to like think how fucking stupid we all
These
are.
Americans were they were dumb as
for
fuck.
letting this shit happen.
How did you you? I was just talking about this earlier with Long Dong Tong. Shout out Long Dong Tong.
Yeah.
But I was like, what's more upsetting? The fact that so many people don't want to pay attention to it, or don't think it's anything, or the ones that I would say the vast majority of people that know about it and can accept it, but don't give a fuck.
The fluoride's working.
You're goddamn right it is.
So, the way I look at it, like, they all have to know. But
it's willful ignorance.
Like, let's go back to what I said. Say you know something about a group that they done that's bad, right?
Yeah.
And you have a way of being able to prove that they've done it, right? Or you can name names, right?
Right.
For sure name names. But you know for a fact that if you even think about it, they're going to kill you or kill a member of your family just for thinking about it.
You're going to kill yourself.
Would you keep the secret? Knowing that, like, on top of that, you're being paid handsomely and you're adored by millions of people.
Yeah.
You're just going to keep the secret.
Now, not to go back. Well, I'll wait till you're done. Sorry.
Okay, but I'm asking you that question. Like, think of all that's at stake, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you be like, fuck me and my family, I'm fucking telling? Like,
I would never say fuck my family, but I feel like...
But they will kill them too.
You just can't let this... I mean,
listen, look at Whitney Houston, man. They killed her daughter too.
But what did she do?
Well, I'm sure she knew something.
And then what, though?
And then fucking died.
She didn't come out and say shit.
She died in an overdose.
She was a crackhead.
Listen, I'm just saying that as an example. How do we know though?
I get it, but my thing is this: like, look at what's his name, Chester
Bennington, yeah,
Chester Bennington. He came out and made like documentaries. He had his hand in documentaries and made statements about the rape culture.
That needs the spitting image of John Podesta.
Yeah, because it's his dad.
Yeah, that's his dad,
but
for sure.
But what I'm saying is, like, he came out and made a statement.
Yeah.
The statement reverberates forever throughout history.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to make a move. He made a move.
But look what happened to him.
Right, but Whitney Houston's a crackhead.
Okay, well, but it goes back to my point, though. We don't know. What if that's just the narrative?
I guess what I'm saying is, what did she do to try and, like, advance?
Maybe it was because she was a crackhead. They were afraid she was going to slip up. You ever think of that?
No, this crackhead's getting too crazy. We got to put her down.
No, think about it. It's kind of like that shit with Robin Williams, where he had that fucking, he got diagnosed with that fucking brain disease that was going to start giving him dementia, and they fucking offed him because they were afraid he was going to start saying shit.
You mean he killed himself like 46 other people with a red handkerchief?
Yes.
Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying, though,
so
right?
You're saying, like, because they know things and they then become uncontrollable in some way or another. Whether or not they spilled the beans. They got to be loose end tied up.
Yeah, they're not predictable enough.
Right.
So they have to be taken care of. All right, and we're back.
So I thought of this while we were talking about Biden.
Yeah.
Because I remembered somewhere in the dark recesses of my mind a picture that I saw. Have you ever heard of the Black Eye Club?
I think so.
I'm going to give a 2-part shout out to the listeners here of things to look up. The Black Eye Club and the Red Shoe Club.
I've heard the Red Shoe Club.
Look those things
I know I've heard the Black Eye Club. Yeah.
So, just a quick rundown. Although not officially an organization, the Black Eye Club refers to a growing number of politicians, celebrities, business elites, and heads of state who have suddenly and mysteriously wound up with black eyes. Not black guys, but black eyes. Although a few of them have sustained injuries to their right eye, the majority occur on the left. Among those who have succumbed to this affliction are George Bush, Kanye West, and the Pope. But why is this current periodic rash of black eyes? And why is the phenomenon disproportionately afflicted people of considerable power and influence? Even allowing for our modern 24-hour news cycle and tabloid cell phone camera culture up until the year 2000, I can't recall publicly recognizable figures having black eyes. Anyway, we've got Jimmy Carter, Bernie Sanders, George Bush, Harry Reid, John Kerry, Prince Andrew, pedophile, John McCain, Michael Noonan, Prince Philip, pedophile, Pope Francis, pedophile, Pope Benedict, pedophile, Madonna, pedophile, Kanye West, I'm curious, Kelly Osbourne, Robert Downey Jr., Ryan Gosling, Richard Branson, Lady Gaga, John Stamos, Justin Bieber, Steve Buscemi.
Oh, not Steve Buscemi.
Reese Witherspoon, Jamie Oliver. Anyway, I say all that to say this. One of the side effects that I recently learned about from watching the second video that I could find anywhere about adrenochrome. You know, they talk about ayahuasca, DMT, all those things as being things that put you into contact with the all.
Yeah.
Or the God, collective conscious, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It's a positive thing. It helps you grow.
Yeah.
Well, according to the Kabbalion and the law of polarity, there has to be an opposite. Adrenochrome. It brings you into contact with something else. And one of the things that it does is it helps explode the capillaries in your eyes, underneath your eyes.
Oh.
Little blood pockets.
Yeah.
So that's a theory. Shout out the Red Eye Club. The Black Eye Club, the Red Shoe Club. Interestingly enough, Ryan Gosling was also in the part of our topic today.
Oh. Yeah, we wanted to talk about how theory, I don't know how wide it is.
It's pretty wide. It's been well covered.
That the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Mickey Mouse Club.
Oh, fuck, I fucked it up.
And I did that too earlier when I talked to Jay.
Wait, can we even say Mickey Mouse without getting sued?
We'll find out. They're going to be like, man, what happened? I love listening to Bones and Tubs podcast, and they both had heart attacks at the back of their head.
Well, can we just say, just to save ourselves, can we call it the Michael Mouse Association?
Michael Mouse Club.
The Michael Mouse Club, yes.
Yeah.
So
over there in Disneyland.
Yeah.
From Walt Disney.
Yeah, we should use Brisbee. Yeah, like from Venture Brothers. So you
got me right by Tickle Pickle.
The Michael Mouse Club was started by Mr. Brisbee.
It's the Michael Mouse Clubhouse. Come inside you, I will, and find you.
It's a secret tool used for later.
Jesus Christ.
Shout out to having children.
Shout out to having children.
So basically the premise is that this organization is used as like a grooming ground.
Yeah.
More or less.
They even have leaked CIA documents that I found last week or the week before about MK Ultra being a place where they would take their MK Ultra patients to train them.
Like to the Michael Mouse Club?
To the Michael Mouse theme park.
Oh, run by Mr. Brisbee.
Yeah. Also, it's oddly enough, it's weird. That, I'm sure it's coincidence.
Yeah.
And I believe in those.
Yeah.
I don't, but it sounded good.
Yeah.
That the Epstein charter would stop there.
Yeah, I've heard that as well.
Rather frequently. I'm sure it's all coincidence.
Here's the thing, though. Like, let me ask you this, though. This is the question I have is, like...
Tell me your question.
So, like, they stop at this island, right? But these kids have their parents with them.
Yeah, well, that goes into our next topic.
Oh, God damn it.
These motherfuckers are selling their children, Tubbs.
Well, see, that's the thing. That doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me because, like, there's people out there that, like, straight up murder their kids, you know? Like, which, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, murdering your children and sicking a pedophile on them is probably they're bad. They're both bad.
I was listening to the hashtag freebritney podcast on Sam Tripoli, the tinfoil hat.
Yeah.
And he's been in this life. He's a comedian. I think he's been in some movies, maybe like low-key movies. Mm-hmm. He was in a Britney Spears music video.
Oh, shit.
Okay?
Yeah.
And he was talking about, like, living out in that, out west in the LA or wherever the fuck they go. Hollywood.
Yeah.
The Hollywood, the Holly Branch, the magic wand.
Yeah.
You know? And he's like, you could be going around town with your kids and everybody sees him and they're like, oh my God, you gotta get him in show business. And he's like, absolutely the fuck not.
Yeah.
Would I ever put my kids in this shit?
Yeah.
Ain't no fucking way.
Ain't no
it's
fucking
a pedophile. It's a goddamn Shark Tank and you're putting goldfish in there.
Yeah.
Suck a dick. That's all it is. So this whole Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, I mean, you've got, I keep saying Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Fuck.
Michael Mouse Club.
Michael Mouse Club. There's no house.
Yeah.
That's a TV show for the brainwashing of our children. So I got this little story here if you want me to read it. It's from
go ahead.
thefocus.news.
Yeah, let's hear it.
What is the Free Britney movement? Talking about Britney Spears. I don't know if any of you have seen this shit on TikTok, but it's everywhere.
Also a member of the Michael Mouse Club as well.
Yeah, I mistake the name. I thought she was a part of the Mickey Mouse Club, but yeah, I get it. Michael Mouse
Club started by Mr. Brisby.
Yeah, Brisby. Sorry, I'm kind of retarded.
Yeah, it's okay.
What is the Free Britney movement, and what have we learned about Britney Spears' private world? From the tender age of 4, Britney Spears has only ever known the spotlight because her dad is a psychopath. They didn't write that, I did.
Yeah, well, that's good.
True story, written by me, as you would say.
Yeah.
She has gone from being a child star in the Michael Mouse Club with other well-known faces including Justin Timberlake, Christina Aguilera, and Ryan Gosling, to becoming one of the world's greatest pop princesses, selling out arenas worldwide on numerous world tours. But in 2007, everything took a sad turn for Britney. Having gone through a highly publicized separation with her husband, Kevin Federline, that's where I'll stop. She had been in a relationship with Justin Timberlake. Mm-hmm. There's a theory in this conspiracy land that Disney was so fucking interested in her fucking life, okay? Mm-hmm. They put her and Justin together, Timberlake. This is the closest you'll ever get on the Buns and Toast podcast to us
talking about pop culture.
Pop culture.
Yeah.
Fuck. But, like, they made, like, this occult fucking marriage between these two. And when they split, everybody took a big old dose of eating some shit.
Yeah.
And she got with K-Fed. She got with the dude from Limp Bizkit. Everybody started talking shit. All around if you follow the trail, they started talking shit about all these dudes. Then everything crazy happened. And then she lost custody of her kids. But anyway, K-Fed, she had 2 boys, Sean Preston, Jaden James. When K-Fed was given sole custody somehow, that trailer park piece of shit. Basically, her life went into decline.
Yeah.
And this brings about... I'm sorry. There's going to be choppy in this motherfucker. We talked about this dude before. The guy that we talked about with the cloning centers.
Yeah.
Remember his name? I don't.
No.
It's been a while. Anyway, I can't find the dude's name. I'm using Google like an idiot. We talked about this guy once the B.O.B. mixtapes came out. The elements. Mm-hmm. Air, earth, fire, and water.
Yeah.
And he talks about this guy, and he proselytizes the fuck out of his ideas as far as there being cloning centers and all these Hollywood types or people that we're all paying attention to all the time.
Yeah.
Part of the deal is, he says, they agree to be cloned. And if I find it in the course of now and editing, I'll add it to the episode.
Do you think it's a coercion technique to, like, basically be like, you want to be rich and famous, we're going to need some DNA.
Yeah.
Right?
That's exactly what it is.
Because here's what's going to happen. You're going to do whatever the fuck we tell you to do.
That's exactly it, yes.
And if you don't fucking do it...
Fuck me.
Man, you know what? That would make for a really good story, too. Like, just like...
Yeah, no shit, right?
Like, if you don't do what we fucking tell you, we will replace you with a clone. Like, you think about, like, it's just, like, try to, like, envision in your mind the clone, too. Like, they probably keep them, like, in some sort of, like, underground place. And all they do is show them, like, stuff about their person that they're cloned from to make them obsessed with that person.
Yeah.
So that when they do take over from them, 1, they know everything about them, and 2, they have no moral quandary about doing it in the first place.
Right.
You know, like, and they already know, like, they've been waiting for this moment their entire fucking clone life to fucking take over for Britney Spears or fucking whoever the fuck else.
Now, everybody should check out the B.O.B. Elements mixtapes. I'm not sure if I could find this dude. I can't find him anywhere. Donald Marshall. That's his fucking name.
There you go. So,
Donald Marshall. Now, I will never, ever publicize his entire message because that dude seems crazy as fuck. He talks about, like, him being a muse. Now, his whole theory that I like is that there are cloning centers and that all these famous folks are involved.
Yeah.
They're taken in and cloned. But he says that they're rim-driven, okay? So, if you want to take a break or whatever the fuck it is that they do, they put you in a rim cycle or you go to sleep and you control your clone. But if you fuck up and you go against the terms of your contract, they'll kill you and they'll use your clone.
They'll let your clone.
So then you have like weird things like Eminem was at a football game I don't know if it was a Super Bowl or what it was, but he's like spaced the fuck out. And you might think, oh, he's just high on drugs.
Yeah.
But this keeps happening over and over again with these rich motherfuckers. And now that's part of the thing, too, with this Free Britney movement, is they're like, she's not even real anymore. Like, they killed that bitch.
Yeah.
Or she got paid to leave.
When do you think they killed her?
I don't know.
Do you
But
think
like,
it was
to see her
after-
on TikTok, she's got gap teeth. Her hair's falling out. She just looks like a child in the face.
I mean, if I was to take a guess at when they did it, it had to have been around the time when she went crazy, shaved her head, and started like attacking the paparazzi.
Trying to get her life back. There's things in there too. If you guys check out the episode about hashtag Free Britney on the Sam Tripoli Tinfoil Hat podcast, they break down like music videos. Like she blows up a cloning center in one of her music videos.
Yeah.
And then in another video, she's talking about, I'm tired of you taking the spotlight. I'm going to be me from now on. And she starts slaughtering mannequins.
Huh. So
All these childhood actors that are involved in this Disney shit, there's a repeated theme in all their work about cloning centers.
Listen. I'm going to espouse a theory right now.
Go ahead. Spouse the fuck out of it.
All right. So
E-spouse.
for some reason, this shit got me thinking.
Yes.
Okay.
That's good.
Even with the whole Michael Mouse club thing,
Yeah.
right?
Not Mickey. It's Michael.
What if, like, you've heard of the Lebensborn program, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You taught me about that.
Okay, so, we had Project Paperclip, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where we took everything that the Nazis had meddled with, whether it be rockets, medicine, science. We took all these things,
Occultare.
right?
Yeah.
And we used them and turned them to our own advantage. We wouldn't, most of what we know about the human genome, at least in its forefront, came from them,
Yeah.
right?
They did a lot of work, if you can call it that.
So, who's to say, like, this shit isn't, like, modern day Lebensborn?
Yeah.
Like, they just took...
This is the product of that research.
So, like, and then you ask, well, wait a minute, these people have parents. Well, there's two options for that. They either have well-paid individuals who are acting as their parents,
psychopath pedophiles that sell their children,
or these people get approached and they're like, hey, we're going to inseminate her with an egg.
Yeah.
And she's going to carry the child. You're going to raise the child like it's your own.
But it's a cash cow.
Yeah.
You're
And
gonna let
then
us do
when the
whatever we want to it.
time comes, we'll tap you and your child will be used for our own purposes.
Give you another instance with Britney Spears. Her dad is her manager, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she made something around the neighborhood of $3 million last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was last year. Maybe
Yeah.
the year before. Anyway, neighborhood of $3 million.
Yeah.
You know how much money she got out of that?
Shit, probably less than $1 million.
She got $78,000.
That's it?
That's it. That's her agreement. Her dad cancels shows if she doesn't take her medicine.
What the
They
fuck?
keep her doped up on pharmaceutical drugs. She doesn't even have her kids. He's like he's her literal handler.
I get why there's this movement, the hashtag Free Britney movement.
They have shit on these, and I hate to go to TikTok, but this is very, very popular right now.
I hate to...
But they have these motherfuckers in some of these TikTok videos. One that Tobin's told me about that I didn't see, that I went and found,
Yeah.
where she's like working out, like from her early TikTok days.
Yeah.
And she just looks miserable, like a fucking beat dog. And then you see, either in a mirror, some way or shape or form, her air quotes boyfriend is looking at her and he goes, smile. And she starts smiling. And it's like he just turns on a program, Britney Smile.
Yeah.
And she's like working out and laughing, having a good time. But then you look at these other ones, and like some of these motherfuckers are like, hey, if you're being held hostage and you need help, in your next video, wear a yellow shirt. Her very next video, she's wearing a yellow shirt.
You know, I don't hate to say it, but they seem to hit the nail on the head way before they're way ahead of the curve. But did you ever see that episode of South Park that they did about Britney Spears?
I think so. That was a long time ago, though, right?
But it was right after she had that first meltdown, right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so
They-
she had had her kids taken away from her at that point too.
You know that Matt and Trey Parker are definitely hip to what's going on in Hollywood.
Listen, so the premise of the episode is basically Britney Spears and people like her are like these weird sacred cows that we eventually push towards death.
Slaughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like
Sacrificial cows.
Yeah, they're sacrificial, but we're like, and that's the thing about sacrifices is like you like the best sacrifices aren't ones that you tie down and fucking slit their throat.
Yeah.
They willfully go into it.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what they are. Like in the episode, her life is falling apart and she just wants to be left the fuck alone. Right.
Right.
And she ends up she tries to kill herself. She literally like you should see this episode. She blows off the top of her fucking head, right?
Fuck.
And she's just like a mouth, like the bottom of her mouth down. That's all that's left, right? But she lives, right? And she's like she's all fucked up, right? And they still won't leave her alone. Like the press keep hounding her and everybody keeps hounding her and they're like, you need to get back on stage. And they make her like get back on stage and start doing stuff again and like fucking performing. And they talk about how shitty she is and how terrible she is. And like, you got to see that. Listen,
I need to watch it.
They're so far ahead of the curve.
Yeah, for sure. There's theories about her like tapping out of the game in the height of her fame with a backup dancer, and I forget her name. I'm not a professional.
Now, this kind of reminds me of another conspiracy theory, which leads me to believe that this shit's been going on a lot longer than Britney Spears.
What about Paul McCartney?
That's what I was going to.
Okay, we can read each other's minds. I just found that out.
Was Paul McCartney? If you haven't heard this conspiracy theory,
look that shit up,
folks. This is the OG
Paul McCartney's dead.
Celebrity replacement conspiracy theory.
They killed him in his prime.
Yeah, like in 1967.
Yeah,
66, 67, 68, somewhere in there. He died in a car accident.
Right.
And he was replaced.
He doesn't even look the same.
Like, and only a couple years later, the Beatles broke up. And a lot of them say, well, it's because of Yoko Ono and da-da-da. What if it was really because these dudes couldn't handle, like...
What if that's a convenient way that Hollywood used to create a way for them to get out without causing too much suspicion? Mm-hmm. Fuck.
Like, and that's the thing. Like, you think of the Beatles themselves, like, I mean, Ringo's still alive.
Yeah,
right. We're not counting the Paul McCartney that's still alive because it's probably not him.
Not the real one.
He's got nothing. He's got everything to lose by revealing he's not really Paul McCartney.
I got all this money for being a lookalike.
John Lennon was gunned down by a lone gunman who was crazy air quotes, who was probably who was ex-military. I think he was in the military. Who probably was some MK Ultra shit.
MK Ultra, yeah, for sure.
They tried to kill George Harrison back in the day too.
God damn, they're just trying to wipe
someone broke into his house and attacked him.
Could you imagine if they killed all the Beatles, how famous fake Paul McCartney would be?
But that could have been, as far as I'm concerned, that whole thing with George Harrison could have just been a shot across the bow, like, we'll get you too, motherfucker.
Yeah, shut your mouth.
We will fuck you. But then you ask, well, what about Ringo Starr? Well, Ringo Starr was always notoriously the dumbest Beatle. Right? he didn't give a fuck about he's a shitty musician. He didn't give a fuck.
Too many tabs of acid.
He just liked money and fame, so like he's just along for the ride. He'll play along, right? Where you have like John Lennon and George, who are more artists, and
Thinkers,
they're like, fuck this shit.
This is bullshit.
But then again, if you send someone to break into your house and fucking try to stab you to death, you'd think differently too.
You're goddamn right.
Yeah.
If you didn't shoot him, what's the album they have where they basically told everybody that he died?
It was on
the album cover where he was.
It's Abbey Road.
Okay, Paul McCartney was the corpse.
They're all dressed like people going to a funeral
procession.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have the gravedigger, the preacher, the body, and I think the mourner, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, something in that wheelhouse. This whole thing, man, like I said, we've talked about it before, but like the more that I looked into it, and I don't give a fuck about Britney Spears. Like there was one time when every man in America wanted to have a child with her, right?
She never did it for me, to be frank.
Yeah, me either. But like, she was very popular. Everybody was sexually attracted. They brought her out in that first video, Hit Me Baby One More Time. She was 17 fucking years old, and she was a sex icon for the nation.
Yeah.
Maybe the world.
Yeah.
I see this now in a new lens after looking at all this Free Britney shit and all this crazy shit that's going on. Like, this whole thing literally stems from Hollywood. Yeah. Holly is the wood that they use to make magic wands out of.
Yeah.
It's a literal reference to spellcraft.
Go back.
You turn on a vision. You're telling a vision to someone. You're programming them with programming. You're channeling them programming. This is fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
This is why I unplugged from the Matrix a long time ago when it came to this shit. But like now it's like, man, we're watching this poor clone or poor human fucking cry for help.
This motherfucker that was probably stashed in an underground facility and forced to watch fucking...
Sold by a pedophile father, allegedly, into a fucking goddamn sex machine. A rape machine.
You think some are just too clever to get there? Like let's say like Kanye West. Right?
He's in the Black Eye Club, man.
What if he wasn't hip? Like he seems like he's rejected the programming.
They're starting to push him as the new savior. They're starting to say, he's running for president now. I saw a video earlier, then him coming on a speech that he did a couple years ago where he was talking about, I don't care about my life. I don't care about my money. I'm going to tell you all the truth.
But here's the thing, though. I don't think his whole push for the presidency thing is something that...
I think it's a Trump scheme.
I don't think it was orchestrated by him or them. I think, because here's the thing, is the Kardashians are coming out and saying that he's crazy, he needs to take his meds, he's off his rocker. They're saying all this shit.
I hope their dad's saying it too, with his fucking sex change ass. Sorry, mental health issues. I'm just saying.
I don't slide him for that. I slide him for actually killing a person with his car, though.
That's fine.
And getting away with it.
That's an easy one.
And getting away with it.
Murderer.
Yeah, he's a murderer. So I don't care what he identified as. He's a murderer.
I'm just saying. We're talking about mental health here. I'm gonna be the voice of reason when it comes to that. I have no reputation.
Listen, I have, like, as far as I'm concerned, we've come to the point now. Like, I get that's something, but there's bigger fish to fry here than
for sure.
that.
I'm just trying to gauge the meter,
Yeah, I think that a lot of that's a psyop to try to, like, it muddies the water.
Oh yeah,
that's what it does. But
I just don't want to hear advice from him about somebody's mental health. Is all I'm saying.
Well, not only that, I don't want to hear when it comes to him, he's a murderer, so I wouldn't take his advice regardless.
I wish I could remember the name of this tranny that Long Dong Tong told me about last week. There was a podcast, this super, like, famous, like, everybody's attracted to this dude who got a sex change, right? Mm-hmm. And they did a podcast on it. I'll have to ask him about it, put it in the show notes.
Yeah.
But, like, they made a funny fucking quote, because it's a comedy podcast. Yeah. And they were like, who's more of a human being? Like, Kylie Jenner or this dude? Because this dude is still a man. And he has had hardly any work done to him to make him look like a really attractive female.
Yeah.
Whereas Kylie Jenner is mostly plastic.
Yeah.
Like
by logic, anybody could look like Kylie Jenner with the right amount of money under a surgical knife.
They're saying that this dude had the frame and the build to be a more attractive female than Kylie Jenner, who's more famous, and everybody's like, oh my God, Kylie Jenner.
Yeah.
And it's just like we're in clown world.
Oh, honk honk.
Yeah, honk honk, beep beep, Richie.
Yeah. But was there anything else we wanted to talk about?
We talked about the Portland boys. Time flies when you're having truth.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's it.
All right. Well, I think that about wraps it up for us.
Yep.
Hey, there's always ways to get a hold of us.
Long form conversation could be held over Gmail, bonesandtubs@gmail.com.
We love to hear from you.
Over at Instagram.com/bonesandtubs.
Hit us up in them DMs.
Twitter at bonestubbs. Facebook.com/bonesandtubs.
Yeah. If you want to give us patronage for our work we do,
we're on Cash App, $bonesandtubs. We're on Venmo. We're on patreon.com/bonesandtubs. You could also hit us up in PayPal. Or the more preferred method, if you wanted to be a billboard and support the show. Because we're not supported by George Soros or any of those, like...
We're not supported by anybody but listeners like you.
Yeah, just our patrons, really, and the TeePublic shoppers.
Yeah.
And those shout-out boys that hit us up with those rando $100 bills.
Yeah, if you want to buy some merch, you could go over to TeePublic.
Yeah, check them out. It's on our Instagram. If you go to our Instagram, look in our bio, it's the only link in there.
Hey, we didn't mention it last week, but guess what? I'm an author.
Yeah, you wrote the book. I was going to actually mention this. Get out of my head.
Oh, okay.
The King's Fire, A Prophecy in Flame. S. James Imhoff. It's on Amazon, if you can believe it.
Yeah.
Hardback, digital copy.
Yeah.
Whatever your fucking reading heart desires.
Read it. Leave a review. Yeah. If you send it to me, and if you send me a copy, I'll sign it for you and send it back.
And I guess we don't really have a P.O. box, but if you hit us up in Gmail, we'll probably give you the address.
Yeah.
Just please don't show up here on some crazy shit. I'm not trying to get stabbed up like Paul, what's his name? Ringo?
Yeah. It's a lovely little fantasy series, the beginning of a series that will hopefully in the future continue working slowly on it. The muse has to come.
You got to get rid of the funk, my dude.
That's all there is to it. What's that?
There's a funk cloud.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to do some serious work for that.
Gotta do some governmental cloud control.
Yeah.
Like fly over mental planes.
Yeah. So, so you go check that out. It's on Amazon.
The King's Fire, Prophecy and Flame. That's James M. Hoff. Amazon.com.
Yeah. We'd like to thank y'all for listening.
We do.
We hope you enjoyed the show.
Yes.
We hope you guys stay safe this week. And if you live in the Portland area, you really should be doing something about this.
Get some work. Go in here and get that work.
Because I'll tell you right now, if it came to our neck of the woods,
yeah,
like even
we've already shown
even Dayton or Cincinnati, I might have to.
I'm gonna show up there with a brand new camera and a Glock.
Yeah,
we're just gonna protect.
Yeah,
protect and serve.
Yeah, because that's the thing. As far as I'm concerned, this is a local issue, and I know you boys are up there.
Yeah,
I know you're up there, and I know you don't like them. I don't like them either.
We get it. Neither do we. But we will also stand side by side. That whole adage about, protecting your right to say whatever dumb shit you want to say, so that I can talk.
There's an old saying. I'm gonna fuck it up, but it's something like what they said. This reeks of fascism, right? And I'm not gonna. I don't throw that word out there easily, but I think someone said once. I think it was George Orwell said that fascism is like a boot on your face forever.
Yeah,
something along those lines. I think I fucked it up.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, imagine
paraphrase.
Yeah, imagine a boot on your face forever. I fucked it up. I do that sometimes.
I will also point them to the fact that we should hashtag make Orwell fiction again.
Yes,
most definitely. Have definitely put him in the nonfiction section now.
But yeah, because in this this whole Portland thing, and not to continue on, but this goes back to things we have said in the past where. We always said, or people always said when we said, when they start rounding people up, it's going to get bad. And people are like, oh, well, the soldiers won't do that.
Yeah, okay.
They won't do that. They won't. They wouldn't round up U.S. citizens, regardless of political affiliation. They're rounding
it right now.
Yeah, they're doing it right now.
It's happening right now.
And they're following orders.
Yeah.
And that's what they'll continue to say for the end of time.
Order followers. Check out Mark Passio on YouTube.
So we'd like to thank y'all for listening. We hope you stay safe. We hope to see you next time.
We hope you aren't one of those fucking dudes. And also check out the black shirts at your local Walmart enforcing mask policy. We love you.
We really do.
Illusion is a weapon and they rule through deception. They say that you're the problem if you ever question. Madmen who rule a mad scientist too. If you don't listen to do what they tell you to do, see to them you're wrong. If you don't bow down to the throne, you're a threat and they don't like your tone. When you speak your mind or you point out the lies, they'll just say you don't care about other people's lives. You wanna know how they do what they do? They just use your own compassion against you. As long as you feel bad, you won't mind the power grab. Cause most already forgot about Abu Ghraib. That's a prison in Iraq where they committed war crimes. It's nothing new, they do it all the time. When they tell you to submit, tell them you don't forget. Let alone forget for all the shit that they did. Like Tuskegee, Alabama, what they did was syphilis. Fuck them all, they're all just eugenicists. Scum of the earth, Bill Gates is a bitch. He's just a modern day Nazi. Eugenicist, 6, that's a number of times he admitted to meeting with that demon Epstein, no lie. I wish you'd ask why, I wish you wanna seek, I wish you could see through all that they teach. All we know is all we're fed, you gotta look out for yourself. Why trust government that kills when it comes to your health? They threaten you with violence and they steal from you. So I don't trust them with my wellness, I don't know about you. I don't need to see another cop try to justify his orders, we need it to stop. I don't need to see us going out on our knees, living in fear, afraid to be free. Hide from the facts and your mask, hide from the stats and your mask, hide from yourself and your mask, hide from your health and your mask, hide from the facts and your mask, hide from the stats and your mask, hide from yourself and your mask, hide from your health and your mask, hide from them all and your mask, hide from them